We are live, y'all. Welcome. That's how we do
No
it.
countdown timer, no nothing.
No fancy
we just
countdown.
straight up.
You guys
right
just sitting there, picking your noses, picking your ass. Here we are live. It's my 10K subscriber giveaway. Welcome to everybody. So quick introductions around the horn to my side right here. That is Mr. Jim from Mojo Jim. Good friend. Watch his lightsaber spinning videos. The guy is a maestro. He is a lightsaber aficionado. He can do shit with the saber staff that just, makes really my eyes go. Ooh. So very, very good guy. Next to him, sorry, it's that way again. Nope, it's that way. Nope, it's that way. That's Matt, Batmando. Matt does all kinds of reviews, things like that. He's still working on the blaster that Elvis gave him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hasn't started painting it yet, but
the weather has been my downfall.
Lightsabers, props, and the like. The two guys on the bottom, they're both contributors to the giveaway. The Brodalorian Elvis down there, he made the custom KR flagship that we're giving away. Profi, this is an awesome saber. That's courtesy of Elvis there. And then Kevin, Stupid Kyber, provided the Darth Maul saber staff that we're giving away as well. So, welcome to these two guys also. So welcome everybody. I hope everybody is having a good night. So what is happening? I know what's happening here. What's happening with y'all?
I can jump in. I'm currently working on some Loki horns, and they've been driving me absolutely crazy. But I took it down to resin again, and I now have them with a black primer and a 2K clear coat on my workbench, and they are beautiful.
Like which ones? Like the big Loki horns or the little broken ones? Or
yeah, so the little tiny broken ones are the Sylvie horns. I'm doing the President Loki ones, which is got the sideburn, and then the I'd say medium horns, not like the big helmet.
Yeah, that helmet, like the big horns, would be interesting to see. I think.
I always love seeing what you do, Elvis. You always make some amazing stuff.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
And I have the proof right here of how awesome your work is.
We've all got something of Elvis's.
Yeah. Have I ever actually made you something, Tim? I don't remember right now.
Yeah, I've got. Wait, hold on.
The Boba Fett blaster.
Boba Fett blaster. That's in one of those over there. And then most of the stuff you sent me because I wanted to make it myself. So you sent me a lot of files. I've got the little Mandalornament that's still up there behind my Mando helmet. Mando helmet, a bunch of shit. My Mando gun, my Mando. I'm not going to pull it out because the last time I pulled it out, we got canceled. But my Mando vibroblade as well. So all those came from me.
I should make a run of those ornaments now that I have a resin printer.
You really should, because you would really have to do almost nothing to it, And
I could do them in a Lumiluster, so it'd actually be Beskar.
Yeah, people would love those.
You'd
sell it as the Brodal ornament.
I might steal that.
To make your own helmet.
Let's see what's going on in the comments. We're going to kick it down to right before we started and say hi to everybody. So there we go. So
Isaac, what's up, man?
Ike always in the house. He's probably already won something. He just doesn't know it. That's that's how he rolls. So I've been working on. Do have a new cosplay that is coming out. I found a deal on a helmet on eBay, and then ended up buying the whole thing. So look for this coming up soon.
That's
got an Ant-Man helmet, and I went ahead and got an Ant-Man cosplay, and yeah, I'm Ant-Man now. Just add that to the stable of costumes that me as a grown man likes to get dressed up in.
I'm working on my first right now.
Just be careful. It doesn't stop there.
I mean, I'm just buying a bunch of random stuff off Amazon, but
mine started with just a bunch of random shit off, I think, Wish, and then it got worse.
I mean, it started a year and a half ago with one lightsaber, and now I have 15. So
Right?
But that's, I think, the story of all of us. you never think that you're gonna. Every time I get one, it's like, well, that's the last one that I've got a saber staff. I don't need to. I've got a saber staff. I've got a cross guard. I've got, pretty much every cannon hilt I want. I don't need another. Oh wait, there's Balin's lightsabers. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that
I
need
know.
Balin's. Yeah,
I'm
that
curious
new
how many
Ezra's
Kevin
pretty
has.
cool.
Pretty curious about what now, Elvis?
I'm curious how many sabers Kevin has.
How many I have?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I know you got probably inventory, but like how many sabers do you have in your personal collection?
Oh man, like see, people ask me this all the time, and I'm always like 7, but then I remember the other 4 that I have, and then
Seen a couple,
so
they're amazing.
off the top of my head, I want to say like 12,
Okay.
because like if I had to give you an answer, my favorite ones, like obviously, I have this one by of course I don't have a battery in it right now. I was messing around with this.
Is that a Revan?
This is this is a Revan by Divinium.
Okay.
And then he installed it originally, and then the chassis cracked, and then I sent it to Jeremy,
Okay.
and then Jeremy added like a screen, like a LG, like
Nice.
OLED and stuff.
An OLED.
And then I got this guy. Gabby got this for me for Christmas one year
Oh, is that was it
in the
the
pack
Gundam?
store.
I have that one too.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say,
then
Matt, I
he
think you
just
got
made
that
that
one.
new one.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to get.
Yeah.
I think I might grab that. And then
Oh,
I
another
have
one.
my Obi-Wan.
Oh man,
Everybody needs
That's
to get
that's a
into
nice
that.
one.
My 0, the other 0.
nice.
Oh yeah, nice. Zero.
I have a
dot
3 too, but that's in the other room. See, like I have 2 rooms. It's into my house. They're everywhere.
I just put in the 7/8 to 1 inch adapter of my Hero or 0.1, I think it's called. And swinging that thing with a 7/8 blade, it's so nice. Like I
They're
really
awesome.
like it.
That
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
make it lighter.
The Anakin in sabers that we're giving away is a 7/8 inch blade.
Yeah, I
Oh,
put
is
It's the first one that I've had like that. It's so much fun.
I put my 7/8 adapter in my thin neck that I built from Buyer Sabers. So
Mhm.
nice. And they're
Oh,
so
yeah.
much brighter too because they're thinner.
Yeah, it's
Same amount of
closer
pixels, but
to the light.
Yeah, you can get more shadows, I think, because they're tighter to the blade, so you can see like where it's not lit. But I like them. I really like them a
oh
lot.
yeah.
All right. So how many people?
I feel like we haven't addressed the 10K yet, and we probably should. Tim,
All right.
congratulations, sir. So very well deserved. You were one of
Thank
the
you.
first channels I started following in this community, and I'm just so happy for you, dude.
I don't know that it's all well deserved. I think I got lucky with some, finding a niche that worked for me, but definitely was a lot of hard work that went into it, and a whole lot of making really silly videos, and then I feel like some really good stuff as well. On this journey, and my journey was odd. It started as just a straight up lightsaber review channel, and then I got into costuming and making armor, and that kind of became a part of my life and the focus of the channel. Really, I feel like I can show, because 2 years ago I didn't do any of this, and now I'm working on my second set of clone armor to be 501st approved. So anybody can do what I'm doing here, and that's what I kind of hope that people learn from watching this. My videos is that anybody can do what I'm doing. It's not difficult. It doesn't take a lot of work.
When I bought my first NeoPixel last March, it was the Boris the Dragon Slayer from the POC store.
Yes.
And I kept looking I was on YouTube. I was looking at reviews, trying to figure out what actual fonts were on there because no one would say. I found your video, and you're the only one that went through whatever fonts were stock on there.
They're like
And then,
the basic free stock fonts, you know?
Yeah, like, and then I was like, okay, now I know. And then I just went on my business because I wasn't subscribing to anyone because I didn't get that into the hobby yet. And then a couple months later, started meeting everybody, and I'm like, I met you on a stream somehow, and I'm just like, I've seen his videos before. It's amazing how that all worked out.
It's a crazy little community, you know. It's a crazy little community, and I'm humbled and honored to be a part of it. You know, it's been a fun journey so far, and I can't wait to see kind of where it goes and where it goes from here. I'm honestly surprised that 10,000 people have subscribed to me, because this is honestly a very niche thing that we're into. Just the lightsabers, and for me, the lightsabers and the costuming. You know, I think everybody likes Star Wars, and I'm sure you guys probably feel that way too, but that they don't, and definitely not everybody's into it as much as we are. So,
and those people are wrong.
To get that 10K, and I'm glad about it. So,
well, and I think a lot of cosplayers, regardless of liking Star Wars or not, are into your videos because you do so many of the trendy audio tracks and stuff like that they might use you for ideas for their own cosplay videos.
It's all on TikTok. I just literally just watch TikTok and find a song that I like, and then I'll do that shit over and over again. You know,
and you don't just do Star Wars; you do Marvel now too.
Yeah, that's that was what was fun for me, and I forget which one it. Technically, I guess it started with Spider-Man. I did Spider-Man a long time ago, but I haven't brought that back out in a while. But I really like Deadpool, and just kind of felt like I wanted to do a Deadpool cosplay, and then that was the one I picked up. Really liked doing that, so I got Doctor Strange. Really liked kind of doing that. So I picked up the Ant-Man one as well now too. So it's
I'm curious for the Ant-Man one, and I love Deadpool, but I am a total fan of Doctor Strange. And your Doctor Strange, when you got the little beard and stuff going,
it's
good.
I felt like it was good. I had a lot of people, and both Doctor Strange and Ant-Man were from people like comments, people saying, dude, you should do Ant-Man, or dude, you should do Doctor Strange. So I took those to heart, and let's see what comes of it. So. Let's see. We're about 15 minutes in. I got technically 4 things to give away here. I'm going to put myself full screen here. Hold on one second. So, y'all know, if you've done any of my giveaways, you guys know that I do this shit old school. I'm not going to do one of those fancy spinning
Darth
wheels
Vader bucket
that picks the that picks the comments for me. So most of these are typed out. I had a couple late entries right before I closed it out. So you're going to notice that there's a couple that are literally like written on, but the rest, these are all just typed up. So we had a little over, I think it was 170 something that were subscriptions were public and commented, but it was pretty much most everybody. I didn't find anybody whose subscriptions weren't public that had commented. There were several duplicate commenters, but basically everybody that commented got in here. So, congratulations. If you guys are wondering in the comments, everybody got in there. So with that being said, we've got 4 things to give away. We've got a helmet. This is from Aaron over at Galactic Armory. This is a Phase 2 resin cast helmet. I'm not going to give it to you naked like this, though. No. You're going to tell me what you want me to paint this, and I'm going to paint this whatever you want me to. So, Clone Trooper helmet. That's 1 prize.
What if we want it naked?
If you want it naked, I'll send it to you.
I mean, Elvis, we know you can do your own thing with that.
I'll save $30 on paint and another 10 on advisor. So, I'm cool with that. We've got this courtesy of Stupid Kyver. This is Kevin right down there in the corner. This is the Darth Maul Saber Staff. This is an RGB Saber Staff base lit. This thing is badass.
Look at that.
This is what you think of when you think of Saber Staff. This is the first different kind of lightsaber that anybody saw in the Star Wars universe. This thing is awesome.
Yes.
This is technically 2 sabers in one. I mean, seriously. You're getting 2 lightsabers for the price of 1. So awesome prize here as well. That doesn't suit you. We've got the NeoPixel. This is from In Sabers. This is their Anakin Episode 3 saber. I love this saber. It's got a 7/8 blade. It is the SNV4, so that's TXQ's version of the Xenopixel. Comes preloaded with, I think, 22 fonts, 10 different ignitions, 10 different blade styles, everything you want in a lightsaber. Gesture controls. This thing is beautiful. It's loud. That's at about medium volume. Gesture controls, very cool. This is going to come to you straight from In Sabers. And last but not least, we've got the custom Profi KR flagship. This was installed by Elvis, the Brodalorian. This thing comes loaded with a bunch of really cool fonts, courtesy of Carter over at Blue Mamba Sound Fonts, as well as Jesse over at Kyberphonic. This thing is so sweet. Elvis picked out some really cool blade styles to go with all the sound fonts. You're going to get this thing loaded up with a 36-inch blade. I'm going to send it to you. You know, somebody's going to be very happy. I don't have a custom Profi lightsaber like this. I would love to win this. I don't think I'm eligible, but I'd love to win this as well. So we'll see what happens. So we've got the 4 of those. Anybody have something they want to see me give away? What do we want to
I want to
away?
see you give away the helmet to me. That's for sure.
Helmet? We want the helmet to you. We want to do the helmet first?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Got to
Yeah,
give everything away. So let's try the helmet first. So
I mean, they all feel like a grand prize. They're all awesome.
Yeah.
So.
they really are. You can't go wrong with any of them, and I would be happy with any of them if I were to win any of them. So let's see who is the helmet winner. Let me scroll down on these comments real quick and get this going. So
did you ever use that trick or treating? I'm curious, or has that just always been your giveaway bucket?
This was like actually a prop from work. When I worked at the amusement park, we bought like 150 of these as popcorn buckets for our Star Wars movie night. So I just took like 20 of them home with me, and then sent off like a bunch to people and kept this one. So don't tell my former employer that I stole this. Anyway,
wouldn't want them to fire you after you left.
Yeah,
give me the helmet. I won't tell anybody.
They're doing fine without me. All right, so first winner.
Drum roll.
Is... roll, please. Lightsaber roll, please.
Batmando.
We have Chip Person 4735. Now that number may be that random number that they apply to you on YouTube when you comment. But Chip Person, are you in the comments? If you're in the comments, let me know. But you have just won a custom clone trooper helmet. Woo! So I will put a post, the details, kind of how you get in touch with me, because we're going to need to basically going to need to contact each other. So you can tell me what you want me to make this into. So Chip Person 4735. You won a custom clone trooper helmet. Hopefully you live in the continental United States and I'll have to send this international, but if I do, that's what happens. So congratulations, Chip Person. Sorry, Mando, you didn't win that one. That one is not for you.
That's a shame.
So yeah, that's how we're doing this. Let me see if I can put a banner up that'll have the winners in there. Create
Congratulations.
Helmet. So anybody thoughts, feelings on Ahsoka? Personally, I feel like this hour of television is going to be more exciting than the last hour of Ahsoka. But I think I would have been all right had I known it was just a setup for the rest of Star Wars, the way Star Wars is going to go for the next couple of years. But I kind of expected it to be more of a complete story, and so ultimately I was disappointed. You guys talk about that while I type this up.
I really enjoyed it.
Switch the screen, Tim.
Yeah,
sorry. Got to put y'all on. Take me off. Take me off.
Like all of a sudden, Balon just disappeared, and I was just like, "Well, where'd he go?" And then
it was the Tim show.
So.
Yeah, I mean. It felt like that was a rewrite or something, and I figured something was happening, and because he passed away, but then they didn't really. But something was happening. Just happened. My YouTube video started playing on my phone, but yeah, it almost seemed like they just ended at nowhere. But I mean, the whole Mortis gods.
The Mortis gods, it's, pointing towards kind of, and I don't know, are they going to take it in a way where Ahsoka isn't even ever back in our galaxy? And she is now doing her whole series, over there. I don't know, because she's not around when the sequels come around. So she could, to me, they're kind of setting it up like, maybe Balin's going to be the new father, Ahsoka's going to be the new daughter, Shin's going to be the new son. Or Balin's going to try to recreate the way the Force is. And so he's searched out the Mortis gods and found them, because that the god was pointing towards that light that you could kind of see coming out of the mountains. And if you go back and watch the Mortis episodes, that episode arc on that last one, when they're taking off, there's like a same kind of fucking light coming out of the sky. So I'm pretty sure Perdia that's the Mortis planet. That's where they're at. So feels like that's where they're going, but that also feels really deep dive for, a popular Star Wars show. So I don't know. I still wish there was more of a tie-up to what I felt were the two best characters in the show, Shin and Balin. Mm-hmm. And I felt like they left them way too open-ended.
The Clone Wars flashbacks, though, were amazing.
Those made me giddy. The armor,
I cried.
Barring the obvious mistakes in placement, and I mean, I think I've sent the shit to y'all.
Backward bicep?
Yeah, backward pieces, and other than that, at least the armor looked really good. And seeing live action clones, live action Rex twice. We saw Phase 1 Rex and Phase 2 Rex. It was cool. It was cool as shit. And that little chick that was in the Barbie movie that played young Ahsoka, she was a better Ahsoka to me than Rosario Dawson is. I'm sorry, she it's just really because she was playing the Ahsoka we remember, and that's part of it. But holy crap, did she nail that?
And she was in House of the Dragon too.
Yes.
And Thanos' daughter, what's her name?
He was Thanos' Gamora. Young Gamora.
She did fantastic.
What really hit different for me was seeing like a child play Ahsoka, and you're like, oh my god, she was that young.
Yeah.
During the Clone Wars, like for real.
It's like, she was a child soldier.
Yeah.
And I never really thought of it, even though I knew she was a kid.
Right.
The cartoon of it, you never really think of it.
All of a sudden, it's you see your daughter or something playing this war general, and it's like, it's just mind blowing.
Her whole time in the Jedi Order, she was a soldier. So overall, it was good, but I was overall disappointed. Maybe it was because I was such a Rebels fanboy, and I just expected so much out of it. How do you have Ezra come back and not? I'm assuming there's going to be some type of time jump before we see them all again, and you don't have that Ezra and Jason meeting, because Ezra and Kanan were so close. He was almost like a son to him, and you don't get to see Ezra see his son, who is also Force sensitive. That to me was a lost moment to have him there. It's kind of a lost moment not to have fucking alien dude Zeb.
Where the fuck was
him?
Zeb?
Him and Ezra, I felt like we're closer than Ezra and Sabine. And
do they need to hold a couple of things for the second season though? Like, do
I'm sure they do, but do they?
He's in the galaxy now, so he might be able to fill the sun. So maybe
that kid nailed Ezra too. I mean, that
he did
perfect portrayal of a live action Ezra, and the scene where him and Sabine are trying to kind of run away from the stormtroopers, and he does that. Well, wait, you could take us prisoner. That, I mean, it was just such a, like, his mannerisms, his
even the Force push with the crooked, like this thing, he does that in the show too. And I was like, oh wow, that's good. And the even in the hologram, when he does the weird head tilt itch back of the head, he's kind of like, You know,
Yep.
like that when he's talking, and I'm like, oh, that's so Ezra. He got all the
Yeah, you
mannerisms.
could tell all these
right.
people, watched those, watched the shows and watched the characters.
And even the way he
Uh,
picked the blaster and started shooting stormtroopers was just like Ezra would in the show too.
It would have been awesome if like he somehow remade his wrist. Like, oh crap, what was it?
His little slingshot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just seeing it for a second, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't work. And like, it just would be awesome to me.
I feel like a couple things went a different way than I was expecting, but I still think it's the best Star Wars television show
Oh, absolutely.
beyond all the others. Like, I really liked Andor. I really liked
For me,
Obi-Wan. I really
Andor
liked
is-
Mando, but
Andor is better for me. This was good, but I would probably even say that I liked Kenobi better than this.
oh, really? See, I'm
Yeah.
a huge Kenobi fan, and I thought Ahsoka was still a little better.
Seeing the fight again in Obi, that holds a little higher than Ahsoka. They did good in choreography and all that stuff, but that still hits the feels. The Obi and
Ahsoka still has my favorite lightsaber duel. That first one between her and Balin.
Oh,
That was god tier for me. You cannot get better than that.
that little spin he did. Oh,
For such a big dude, man,
I
he can
know.
move.
Imagine
And he
him
was
coming at you.
wielding that thing like it was heavy, like it was
Yeah.
a heavy fucking sword,
Yeah, like
It-
a longsword. Or whatever called a medieval sword. They're called long swords, aren't they? Or long something? I forget.
Yeah, long
That's what
swords.
they
Yeah.
I mean, what a loss! What a loss! That. And do you think they'll continue it with another actor? Do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, they could
I
really
mean-
easily make him kind of one with the Force, and then that's why he looks different, or just find somebody that they can make look like him. And I've seen a
Well,
lot
I've
of
seen
different.
I've seen Leaf
Actors.
Schreiber a lot.
I've seen him. I've seen actually Jason. What's Bateman, and he actually looked a lot like him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They could just
Shriver
do
would
it.
do awesome. He could.
Yeah.
He's got the chops to pull it off. But yeah,
The character's
like
so
he-
cool. I'm kind of into the idea of recasting him, but it feels like a sensitive issue, so I don't.
Yeah.
Just
And we
keep
all know what
going.
happened when they recast it in Solo. Everyone freaked the hell out.
Like,
Even though I
keep
thought
going
both of
forward.
them did a fantastic job, but
yeah. So
So-
will Solo show up in the Lando movie?
I
Oh,
hope
is
so.
it actually going to be a movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lando
Donald
show.
Glover and his brother are writing it.
That's what they're
Oh, I
saying.
thought it was a series. Okay.
Well, it was, and then they changed it to they dropped the writer, and Glover and his brother decided to come on and write, and they turned it back or into a movie.
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's cool.
Yeah, still.
Lando
you know,
and Solo was amazing.
Squadrons is totally done now. They're not doing that either, right?
no, I don't think
That one
they're
got
doing.
canceled a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's do it.
Skeleton Crew is supposed to come out this year, but they've kind of soft said anything about that. I mean, they had a whole trailer out. That's the one with Jude Law where he's a Jedi or a fleeing Jedi with a bunch of kids. Acolyte, they showed shit at one of the, I don't know if it was the one in London. They showed footage of that basic trailer.
Yeah,
of
that was at Celebration.
and that's just kind of quietly nobody's saying anything about that anymore.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're pulling way back and they're slowing way down, which I think is a good thing, but I kind of got used to having a new Star Wars show every 2-3 months.
It's the dark times, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before the Empire.
I'm gonna watch Young Jedi Adventures just because I need a Star Wars fix.
Hey,
Well, I've decided, and I'm trying to talk my
Just
wife
don't-
into this. I've
Don't
decided
watch
I'm going
Resistance. That
to
show is
binge
garbage.
watch because I never get to binge watch these shows. I'm
Mhm.
watching these shows weekly, so I want to binge watch them and see if it's a different experience. So we're going to start on Andor this weekend, and knock it out in a couple days because I think it's going to be a different experience if you get to watch it. As
Yeah.
one long piece rather than weekly
retains
sit back,
better.
dissect it.
Clone Wars is especially fun to binge watch because you have those like 3-episode arcs or 4-episode.
Yeah, they
arcs.
were. Yeah, and Rebels. Rebels was about the only one that I have binge watched. And the
Yep.
end of Clone Wars because I was into Clone Wars when it was still on. But the end of Clone Wars, I stopped watching the last couple seasons and then binge watched that. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing if it's a better experience.
There's
It's a
been
different
multiple comments asking you where you got your mug
Yeah.
from, by the way.
Oh, this is from Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge This was one of the. I want to say it was like $19, man. It was.
No, it's
nothing.
more expensive than that. I think it was 39. It's really expensive.
It was either $19.99, maybe $29.99. But this is a nice ceramic Mandalorian mug. I got in one of the stalls. Sorry, I had the comments off. One of the stalls there in the little shopping section. They got so much really cool stuff there. And I saw that, I don't know, I think I sent the video to a lot of y'all that, and again, it was at the California one. So it's at Batu West, but they've got BD1 droids that are free roaming in the park now. It's so cool, dude. It is so cool. You know, it's, I hope they bring that shit over to our side, and I never asked it when you went, Elvis, was Mando there? Did you see Mando?
Yeah. And they have Boba now over there too.
Nice.
And I think not Shennick. What's her name?
Fennec.
Oh yeah, Fennec Shan.
Thank you. But yeah, Hera. I think Ahsoka's also in Florida now, but Hera and
Chopper
are only California still.
Rude.
Those BD droids are pretty cool. And you can kind of like, they showed where people kind of shove them a little and they kind of regain their balance and keep walking and stuff. And Pew Pew Crafts, I think, just released that as a model for an STL. So I'm thinking, might be kind of fun to make one of those.
So what I'm wondering, and I haven't seen any kind of behind the scenes stuff, are they autonomous and like, you know, moving by kind of the way a Tesla self-driving car would, or do they have a controller that's walking around with them? Because I know they've got handlers, but I feel like they're almost more, you know, autonomous, which would be super cool. I got to see R2 when I went out to Batu West. And when you see R2 roaming around Galaxy's Edge, which again, he doesn't do that. R2 doesn't roam around in the one in the east, which I don't know why. But when you see him, he'll have two people with him that are kind of translating for him and you know, talking and guiding him around. But then you look about like 2 or 3 groups behind them, and you'll see a guy walking around with his hand. He's got a hoodie on, you know, have his hands in the middle there, and he's the dude that's controlling R2. So it's, you know, just an R2 pilot there that's kind of following him around, making things happen with a hand controller. And it's like one thing that does it all. It's, you know, kind of an omnidirectional. They're really cool. Really
I've seen some 501st guys doing that.
Theirs are cool too. We had Chopper at the last couple events we had, and I'm trying to get the guy that does Chopper to come on and do an interview, you know, Darth Rage Reviews interview. But he's all the way in Florida, so it takes like, you know, 45 minutes for him to get here. But we've got Chopper, we've got an R2, and then we've got an R5 that are all part of our Florida garrison. So the droid builders, that shit, you know, that's pretty cool. And it's pretty, it's like take what we do with props and add what we do with lightsabers and add robotics into it. Because they, you know, they're programming like Arduino shit. They're doing different kind of robotic. It's like all the skills in one, and 3D printing or making out of wood the, you know, droids themselves. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And, you know, they always get really a lot of attention at the troops. When we go to troops, everybody loves a droid. And now Chopper's starting to get the attention he needs too. So
yeah, he sure is.
Chopper
I've got
loves attention.
My first children's hospital troop coming up in like 2 weeks. So that's like literally the reason that I kind of wanted to get into this, is to do a hospital troop at some point. So we've got our first one. When I got in, they weren't doing them anymore because of COVID and because of the protocols, but they've opened it back up. So excited about that. And then I got a hockey game too, which is going to be fun. So those are like back-to-back weekends. It's a hockey game and then the hospital troop.
Nice.
Gonna be fun. All right, halfway through, it's time to give away something else, because I can't stand the suspense, y'all. You know, the comments are wanting to know what's going on. So this time it's gonna be my choice. This time we're gonna do the Zabrak Saber staff. So
awesome.
From the realms of Dathomir, which Obviously, I thought the Night Sisters were from Dathomir. I think we all learned in this series that the Night Sisters were from a far, far away place. And then they kind of traveled to Dathomir and took that shit over. And all that's going to come, really big into the thing. So this one is, again, courtesy of Kyber, Stupid Kyber on Etsy. So go check him out. He's got a couple sabers, saber parts, Kyber crystals, some really cool custom stuff, something to fit any taste. He is going to send you this baselit RGB Darth Maul saber staff. So, big drum roll again, please. We're going to draw out of the hat of winners, and we're going to see who our winner is. Hopefully, this one was in the comments, and we will see. We will see. I got one. This one is. Can't read that exactly. Let me put me full screen. Sorry. I'll remove me this time. This one is G4 Gadget Junior. Maybe Gadget
Gadget Junior.
I'm not good with those fancy names. Gadget Junior. Gadget Junior. So I'm going to need you to reach out to me. And I don't know where you're at if you're in the comments. I need you to reach out to me. And you're going to have to get me your information so I can get that stuff to Kevin so he can send you this wonderful lightsaber. You get 2 lightsabers in one. 2 lightsabers in one.
Good prize.
So congratulations, my friend. Gadget Junior. Anybody in the comments yet?
I've been watching. I haven't seen the Gadget Junior.
I need y'all to keep a monitor of that for me. So congratulations. That's two out of 4 down, y'all. 2 out of 4, and we are getting closer and closer. So upcoming Star Wars. Let's talk real quick. Something I like to do in like a lot of my live streams is kind of talk about the state of Star Wars, where Star Wars is, just kind of lifeblood wise. We'll do like a 1 to 5 scale. Last time, we were here, last time I did this, it would have been right after the Book of Boba Fett finale. So just to kind of put in your mind where that was, we just saw Ahsoka and Luke together. Mandalorian and Grogu were back together. It was mid-ish, maybe slightly disappointing season finale, but we also had Obi-Wan in the works. We knew it was coming, and I think there were still like 2 or 3 other shows in the works. And I want to say that I said, Star Wars was like really healthy at like a state of 5.
I think at that point, no one really knew what to expect for Andor. I think we were all kind of surprised by that one.
Yeah, and so since then we've gotten Andor, we've gotten Kenobi, we've gotten Ahsoka, we've gotten the second Tales of the Jedi, and the two other cartoons as well.
And season 3 of Mando, or did that come after?
Oh shit, yeah, season 3 of Mando as well. Yeah. So a shit ton of really good Star Wars. But almost feels like, it was maybe a little too much Star Wars. Here I am missing, every 2 months getting a new show, but maybe it wasn't a little too much. I feel like we've gotten, not all of them have been hits all the way through. And the asterisks, I love Star Wars. I will love every single one of these shows. So when I say it's not good, that's all relative. It's still better than a lot of shit out there that I'm watching, but I've got high standards. So we've had some mixed bag stuff out there. I think there were highs and lows of every series. I think some of these series hit harder for others. Like Matt and Elvis both really feel like Ahsoka was the best one out there. Me, I feel like Andor was the best show that they've put out there. And I was kind of late coming along to it. I didn't really understand it at first, and it was a little different than other Star Wars. But I feel like Star Wars now is a little bit in a less healthy state than it was then.
Only because of the lack of stuff, the lack of runway.
It's like too much too soon, not enough planning, too many false alarms. I feel like we may not ever see Skeleton Crew or the Acolyte, or I feel like
or any
the
of these
Ahsoka-
other 3 movies they're planning.
Yeah, will we
Because
get a Rey?
they have a bad habit of announcing movies and then canceling them a few months later.
So I don't
Didn't
like that.
they say one of them was supposed to be 2024 too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not going to
It's
happen.
like that's
Yeah,
never
there's no
gonna
way.
happen.
I mean, there's no way.
Yeah.
So I feel like the health, again, we've gotten really good Star Wars and we've got some really good Star Wars to come, but I feel it's like a little less healthy than it was. I'm not any less obsessed, but I feel like it's a little less healthy. So interested in y'all's feelings.
I mean, for me personally, I would say back then when you first did this, I would say it was absolutely a 5. Right now, I'm going to say it's probably around a 4, just because, like I said, they have announced stuff. We have no idea what's going to happen, if it's even going to show up or not. But what we have has been fantastic. I know you love Andor. That's right up there at the top with Ahsoka for me too. I mean, I even like Book of Boba Fett, and everybody hates that show.
Yeah, if you would have told a younger self that I was going to see Boba Fett on the Rancor, I would have been like,
And I mean, Boba Fett is one of my favorite characters, and it kind of sucks that Mando pretty much stole that whole show from him.
yeah.
I did enjoy seeing my favorite character again.
It was definitely. I wish they would have touched more on the Tusken Raiders, all that.
Yeah.
Didn't, but it's like, oh, done.
I kind of wish all that Tusken Raider stuff would have just been like one entire flashback episode, and they had more in present stuff. But
It did feel a little back and forth there. Like, oh, he's in the back to taint. Here comes a flashback. Like,
yeah, it was a little too predictable.
Yeah.
But I love when Chrysanthemum pulls his ass out of there. It was like, imagine a Wookiee, like, you just taking a nap and just grab
Again, and with that, there were highs and lows. There were parts that I loved a lot of the Tuscan stuff. I loved seeing Black Christensen. There were funny pieces in it, but you take out the Mando parts, and it wasn't that as good. And I wanted him to be more of a. I felt like I understood that the Tuscan Native American, kumbaya soaked into Boba Fett, but I wanted more of the badass Boba Fett. Let somebody else run the town, and let's see season 2 him out and about being a badass, because anytime he's in that ship, that the shit where they showed the inside of the Slave One, that was so badass. And I think that was in Mando. That wasn't even in
he was more Boba Fett in Mando than he was in his own show.
Yeah, he really was.
And Mando was amazing in Boba Fett.
But I loved Book of Boba Fett still. I loved it as an overall. It just had some high parts and some low parts.
Yeah. I mean, even Mando season 3 wasn't as good as season 2, but it still had some really, really high moments.
Yeah. And season 2 to me was the height. But again, you take out Ahsoka and Luke from season 2, and it's not as good as, it's kind of the same thing every episode. Here, he's got to go do this and help this person do this, and then go to the next one. And then
but we did have that badass episode where Boba Fett is just cracking stormtroopers' helmets open.
Seriously, that was badass. And if you want to see something cool, check out the thing where Rodriguez did basically storyboarded that with toys that he had.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
That's
so
awesome.
much like the actual what ended up on screen that it's crazy, because he showed Jay's like, this is what's going to happen when Boba Fett shows up, and he sent John this 30-second 45-second clip of that whole scene done with action figures. It's pretty cool.
That's something we would do.
Yeah, but he does it really good.
I do also like that clip of him sitting on the pedestal with Baby Yoda while he's playing the guitar.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's a little quirky.
Yeah,
I like him though. Like Once Upon a Time in Mexico, so good.
Great movie.
Yeah, he makes some good ones. Although I kind of hate his signature spin and shoot thing. Like when he had the mod do it too. He had Johnny Depp do it in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and I think it's in the Spy Kids movies. It's just
it's in Desperado like
That's
7
what the
times.
little mod did when Chrysanthemum was injured.
Yeah,
little spinner. Yeah.
That shot never would have hit him either.
No.
That's
whole
like
Scoot-
one of the
you
few
could take
times
the
I've
mods
actually.
and the Scooter Gang out of it, and I'd be happier. But
Yeah.
I remember Sebastian Starlight Sabers, me and him were watching. And I was like, "What's with the stupid spin?" He's like, "It's Robert Rodriguez, man. Of course he was going to put that in."
You just broke some glass there that I did not know that needed broken. And I'm
But like
oh
5
my
minutes
God.
before, but like 5 minutes before that, you had Boba Fett and Mando in the town square just fucking everybody up, and it was
Yeah.
awesome. And
Yeah.
then you had the stupid spin.
and they were going out for this was like we're doing it. This is our last stand. It was very kind of samurai-esque, and then now you get spins and.
Even the way they ended it when they're standing in a circle, it looked like they're all just about to like, ha, 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 like do some group
Freeze
laugh.
frame.
I saw somebody dub over it with the Full House music and did like a sitcom version of Boba Fett. It's so funny. I need to make something clear though. When I say I didn't like Book of Boba so much, I'm saying it's like an 8.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
it's being
we're-
inched out by stuff that's a 9.
We've all been sitting here talking about Star Wars randomly for 45 minutes, so I think we all understand that.
Like when you
They're
have a bunch of
all-
stuff that's like 9 and 10 and then above. When
Yeah,
you have
there's
something
some-
that's
there's-
an 8, it's still fantastic, but you still got all this other stuff above it.
Yeah, there's part like the Clone War parts of Ahsoka. That shit was on 11 the whole time.
yeah.
So. But yeah, I'm with you. The bad stuff for me, it hadn't gotten lower than like a 7 for me.
Yeah.
None of it, and it's all really good.
And I will watch
watched it
all of these as many over
Yeah.
and over again.
Disney Plus has me for life.
Oh yeah.
Because I got the whole. I don't know if you guys got the free 2 years free with Verizon when they first came out. So I didn't pay for it at all for 2 years, and then I finally got a bill. I'm like, oh shit, this shit's kind of expensive. Is it, for our family plan with all of us? And I was like, well, it's fucking worth it though, because I got all of Star Wars and all of Marvel.
Yeah.
I can't beat that, and it's new stuff too. It's not just
And you got
movies.
National Geographic on there too, which is fun.
I have to get into it. I like nature.
I've been watching
Yeah,
shark
geography.
TV shows all the time now.
I got if I want sharks and alligators, though, I literally have them outside my house.
Oh yeah.
There's-
I live in
there's
Ohio. I
alligator-
can't do that.
There is a place where they have tourists come to look at alligators a half a mile from my house. So in the
Anyone
wild,
with
not-
kids, no doubt,
Yeah.
has Bluey playing on their TV 24/7. This Australian cartoon for kids, it's so funny.
My niece loves it. I hear the theme song over and over, and I was like, make it stop.
Mom, Dad.
So of the things that they have announced, whether it be the TV, so we've got Acolyte, we've got Skeleton Crew. They haven't announced an Ahsoka 2. We've got Andor season 2. We've got the 3 movies that they announced, which was the Rey sequel, New Jedi Chronicles, the Mandoverse movie, and then the one that's kind of been her with the very first Jedi. Out of those 6 projects, what are y'all looking forward to the most?
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't give a shit about Rey.
Me neither.
I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do with the ancient Jedi.
Let me tell you how I really feel.
Yeah,
It's like-
the ancient Jedi thing really kind of appeals to me. As well.
You're doing this 60-year block, and that's all you've shown. I want to see what came before that.
And I feel like that has more of a chance of really getting made simply because they're going into this whole possible Mortis arc with the Ahsoka thing.
Mhm.
And I think they're going to get into, or at least we're going to get into with Balin, what is the true purpose of the Force? What is in its natural form, not corrupted by the Jedi and by the Sith? What is the Force? And I think that's what this movie is going to be, which would be really cool. For me, after having seen the leaked footage from Celebration, Acolyte looked really cool. Did look very Matrixy at times, but I'm intrigued with a thought of the things shown from the side of the Sith. So to me, I think Acolyte is the one that I would be looking forward to the most.
I did see some of the leak stuff, and it did look pretty good.
What about you, Elvis?
Yeah, I'm super interested in the beginning of the Jedi. Like, are they gonna have proto sabers? Is this like pre-speeders or light travel? Like, where did did it take years to get from planet to planet? That kind of stuff. I'm really interested what that might be like. But I think the Filoni movie, the mashup with Boba, Mando, Ahsoka, and everything. I mean, it's gonna have to be fireworks, dude. Like, it just has to
It's
be.
going to be the end game of the television Star
Yeah.
Wars universe. So it will hopefully bring all that shit together, and I think you're right to be excited about that.
Well, except for Andor, because he died.
I can't believe that I can't.
Well, we're still waiting for season 2, so we know we get
I'm
more.
not super excited about Andor season 2 because I loved the first one so much, but
Yeah.
Acolyte has me more jazz. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kevin, what about you, man? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, I read Dawn of the Jedi recently, so I've been kind of looking forward to like the beginning because they had like swords and shit. So I kind of like what kind of swords, like all that. Like
we got swords now too, and I didn't even bring that up.
And then there was
the blade of what Talman whatever it is.
Talzin.
Yeah, Talzin.
Yeah.
And they had these
That was
like
pretty badass. We get a sword. We get a, I'm surprised somebody hadn't made that glowing with a sword font to it, because that had a unique sound with that green kind of glow to it. And I assume that will be back with I assume that when she dropped that and they went away, that the Night Mothers got that shit back, and we'll see some other Night Sister magic weapon in the future. So that was another new aspect of Ahsoka that was really cool. So, yeah, I think the uniqueness of that show, and again, I hope it's not one of those they just throw out, we're going to make these movies and then not make them, but the uniqueness of that will make it worth watching. And again, I feel like seeing what the Force was before it was corrupted by Jedi and Sith. I'd like to see that, are they more powerful, less powerful? What exactly is it going to be like? I'm excited about that. Jim, what about you, man?
I'd probably say about the same, just to see what like the intention of the Force would be, and seeing how each side messes with it because I feel like it's more of like the person, and the Force is just particles, like you just can't see them, and they come to aid when they see fit, but some people just know how to use it to their own will.
So yeah, ain't nobody excited about Rey. And I wonder if that one even gets made too, because again, they just kind of announce these things, and I mean the Patty Jenkins Rogue One, they had photos of her in an X-wing outfit and stand in front of an X-wing, so they took the time to take those pictures and build a fucking X-wing, and they never made that movie. So
I can't see why they would cancel that. It's basically Top Gun with X-wings. It would have been amazing.
I really just want to see more spaceships, please.
All the really cool games that they had back in the the late 90s, the Rogue Squadron games, it's kind of got a feel. Everybody who knows Star Wars knows who Rogue Squadron is. They know what a badass squadron there, and it's just like that didn't get made with such a big name director attached to it too. Forget Ryan Johnson was going to make a trilogy. Taika Waititi's got a movie that's supposed to be made. I mean, there's how many people have been on this list of Star Wars movies? So.
Listen, I played the X-Wing tabletop miniatures game, and last night I was playing a game, and I had 3 members of Rogue Squadron. I had Corran Horn, I had Wedge, and I had Gavin Darklighter, and they all flying around fucking people up.
All right, we are getting close to my time limit, my cutoff point. So we're going to give away 2 more sabers here, rapid fire style, because 8 o'clock I got to call it, man. This is going to be the most exciting hour of Star Wars television that we've seen in a while. And to do that, I got to give away 2 sabers in 5 minutes. And I'm going to do it now.
Let's do it.
We're going to start with this SNV4 Anakin lightsaber, courtesy of InSabers. This is a NeoPixel lightsaber. It's going to come with a 7/8 inch blade. It's a thin beauty. Comes with a blade plug as well. Comes with a nice box, a white glove, 2 white gloves, as a matter of fact. So if you want to play like the White Rabbit for Halloween, you don't need to get the gloves because they're going to come with the lightsaber. Gesture controls. 21 different sound fonts, like 10 ignitions, 11 different blade styles, everything you could want in a lightsaber is rainbow blade style. Really, you should only want the Anakin sound font and basically the blue lightsaber or red, because now Anakin has, a canon red
That's
lightsaber
canon
as well. So this one will be yours, courtesy of my friends at InSabers. Check them out. They've got a wide array of lightsabers. If you do shop there, make sure to use code DARTHRAGE, DARTHRAGE, when you check out. You will get 7% off of your purchase. Plus, I'll get a little bit in my pocket. It helps support the channel. Everybody is a winner for there. So get yourself a discounted lightsaber. Get me some of that discounted money because I like it when it comes in. So somebody here, hopefully they're in the chat. I want somebody that's in the chat to win something. Wouldn't that be awesome? Is going to win this. We've got one. This is Mick Sci-Fi 10. Mick Sci-Fi 10. Congratulations. You just won NeoPixel Anakin lightsaber. This is episode 3 saber. It's not the Graflex, not to be confused with the Graflex. Those are slightly different lightsabers. This is a beauty. This, you're not going to get this one. This one's staying with me. This is one of my new favorite lightsabers. Staying with me. That one is coming from InSabers. So again, after this live stream, I'm going to put a post on my YouTube channel that will basically.
Hey, we got a winner in the comments.
Oh! Somebody's there. Somebody's there. Yay! Way to go. Okay, so I'll tell you. You got to reach out to me on one of my other socials, either Instagram, where you can message me, or TikTok, where you can message me. If not, I will post my personal email in a post on YouTube, so you can send me your contact information. I can get that information to InSabers. Congratulations. You got yourself a brand new lightsabers. I'm so glad that somebody was in the comments for that. So way to go. We still got one to go, y'all. All right, this one. This is the one that actually I hope I win. And so I actually did put, I've got three other YouTube channels.
Don't tell me you put your name in there, dude.
I commented with 2 of my other channels. If they win, I will be honest, and I'm not going to give it to myself, but I just wanted to see if it would happen. The 2 channels are Blend251 and definitely Disney World. So if either one of those comes up, I'm not keeping it. I'm not keeping it for myself, but I did put myself in there. This lightsaber is very badass. It comes chock full of like 15 different custom fonts from 2 of the best in the biz. This is I'm putting myself full screen one more time. Hold on. Blue Mamba sound fonts and Kyberphonic. They really put a lot of really cool
preset.
Sorry.
I'll fly any Imperial pilot. Just watch me.
That's one of my favorite ones. Second Sister.
Oh, that's a good one.
There's a Vader.
I am a Jedi. Like my
Skywalker.
father before me.
Watch the window.
Mace Windu. You got the Kylo Ren.
Ray Skywalker.
Ray Skywalker.
The dark saber.
Dark Saber.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, yes. Dude, that one's amazing.
I think your mic's cutting it off.
Some really cool, really badass sound fonts. Thank you, Jesse at Kyberphonic. Thank you, Blue Mamba Sound Fonts, Carter. Very awesome of you guys to donate these fonts on here. Thank you, Elvis, for installing this, getting this really cool kind of Fallen Order style grenade grip on it. The custom flagship, or the custom, what do you call these?
Shrouds.
Fins. Yeah, the fins on the emitter. It's badass. I'm going to throw in, I don't think you gave me this. I'm going to throw in the blade plug with it. So blade plug from me. I'm also throwing in either 32 or 36. It's whatever this is programmed for. I'm going to have to put both blades in and see. I think it's programmed for a 36-inch blade, but you'll get whichever blade you need with it as well. And I'll ship this off to you, as well as some swag. You're going to get some Darth Rage Review stickers as well for this. So
Nice.
this thing will be going out to one lucky winner. I think I'm off Tuesday, and that's when I'll be able to get to the post office. Elvis, that's when I'm also going to be mailing yours back to you, your Saber Trail. Also, I got some other swag for you, Elvis. So some fun little stuff that I think you'll like. Anyway, here we go.
1 hour mark too, dude. That's nice.
There's the final winner. I told you 1 hour we're done. I'm shutting this shit down and kicking all y'all out. Here we go, y'all. The final winner of the custom
Batmando.
flagship. It'd be
Batmando.
awesome if it was. It is Robert Oluszewski. No, I fucked that up. Robert Oluszewski. Are you here? Are you here? If you're not here, I will tell you how to reach out to me, and I'm going to need to get your address so I can mail this one personally to you. So congratulations. We had 4 winners.
Woo!
One in the comments, which is awesome. I like that we did have one in the comments at least. That makes me super happy. Thank you again to everybody for being here. We're celebrating my 10K, but we're really just getting together and talking about Star Wars, which is the most fun that I have on these live streams. This is the only reason that I like to do these live streams, is just to get together. I've got nobody in my real life that will let me, espouse these stupid fucking theories. And again, I apologize to everybody before the Ahsoka show, because I started coming up with some really random, stupid theories and sending them to a lot of y'all. So I apologize for that.
You told me Merrick was Kanan, and I was like, come on, dude.
It could have been Kanan. Then I thought they were going to use the World Between Worlds to go rescue Kanan right before the explosion. But
Oh my god!
Merrick could have been Kanan, man.
Dude, Star Wars Sith was convinced Freddie Prinze Jr. was going to show up.
If you look at the emitter of Marok's lightsaber, it looks like fucking Kanan's emitter, and they
So
had a
does
very
Shin's.
similar stance. That's all I'm saying. Very similar stance. Night Sisters can do some crazy shit. So, but yeah, I apologize to anybody that I've offended with all of my stupid theories. But getting together with y'all, honestly, I've got nobody in my real life that I can sit and talk about something that I truly, truly love so much, which is Star Wars. So thank you to every single one of you. Elvis, thank you for taking the time to install this saber and send this off. I really do appreciate that. Kevin, thank you so much for taking the time to donate this here. Everybody go check out Stupid Kyber on Etsy. It's got a lot of cool stuff, a lot of different price ranges. Please go support him in the community. Buy something from him. Lightsaber parts, lightsaber pieces, Kyber crystals. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, the Kyber crystals.
He's got it. He's got Kyber crystals. Don't you have Kyber crystal necklaces? Something like that. There.
One of my lightsabers has a Kyber crystal from him.
Everybody needs one. So y'all all please frequent all these guys' channels as well. Mojo Bros, Batmando, Bro DeLorean, Stupid Kyber, and of course me. Because
they probably know who you are, though.
I'm the reason you're here. I'm the reason you're here. So thank you guys all for being here. I will, of course, do this again in the future. I'm going to hopefully strong arm in sabers into like doing a nice lightsaber giveaway every 6 months or so. So look for that. And then any of the big milestones, I'll do a large giveaway as well. So thank you, everybody. May the force be with you. We're going to take this backstage and have a little fun backstage for a little bit. So y'all take it easy. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye.